What's up? It is mid-May at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this. I'm a really bad judge of time. I'm really bad at managing my time. Why are you going to scream at me? She needs to be a part of everything going on. Anyway, so if I have one complaint about my Subaru, is the fact that I can't see shit out of that car. For a number of reasons. One being the tints that I'm not going to really do anything about because I kind of like having the tints, and it's really nice in hot weather because if you own a black car, you know that it turns into a microwave in the warmer months. But at night, tints are a little less than ideal sometimes. But the other factor, which admittedly is way more fun to do something about it, is the lighting. So I'm not here to give you a spiel about halogen bulbs versus LED bulbs. If you want to be the guy that puts the shitty Amazon LED bulbs inside of your halogen housings, and you don't want to be able to see shit, but you want to be able to blind everybody else at the same time, do you, boo-boo? But I would like to see, especially with a trip I have planned coming up where I'll be driving through some darker mountain roads with a trailer. I kind of want to have some visibility. So I decided to build a lighting package for my car, and it's a little excessive. Firstly, I got new lenses. These are just a really basic black housing set from Car ID. See, there's a yellow bulb in there. I have PIAA bulbs for the low beams, and I have Hella bulbs for the high beams. I did not open this up to do a C light like a lot of people do with these because that sucks and I don't want to do that. However, so I just opted to keep the factory DRL location, which is the high beam. They run on 2 separate voltages for high beam or your DRLs. And this I went with just a nice pure white halogen style bulb because it's fucking designed for it. So that's gonna be nice. And my factory housings are yellow and nasty, and I would rather just buy new housings and call it a day. Secondly, I got some fogs. These are the Baja Design Squadrons, and they're obviously yellow and they're bright as shit. My car lacks fogs, however, Subarus, if you have a base model vehicle, more often than not you're going to see a wiring harness in the car installed. So all you have to do is get lights, a relay, switch, and any possible panels. Fogs are really nice because having the lower mounted light, especially a color like yellow, it really does cut through fog. I can't see dick on a foggy night. And these are just bright as hell and low-key kind of obnoxious, and I love them. But there's one light that I am more excited about than anything. There's no kill like overkill, and I decided to check out aux beam. I went with the 9-inch 300-watt pods. They are the size of my head. They're actually quite heavy, and they claim to project up to 890 some odd meters, which is insane. If you see the gray panel right here, that is also supposed to be like a little running light. They have side shooters. There's a million LEDs in this thing, and it comes with 2 of them. And it comes with a little cover, but I won't use that because I want to be armed and ready to go literally all the time. The next person that flashes their high beams at me is just gonna get melted entirely. They're gonna get vaporized. Their grandchildren are gonna be blind. Genetically. I'm gonna rewrite their genetic code with how fucking bright these are gonna be. But really, what is a rally car without having some sort of oversized driving light? Oversized driving lights just look awesome on everything. Other parts that gotta be installed for those to work. I bought a bumper guard from LP Adventure. I'll post a picture of it here because it's in my basement and I'm not gonna fucking carry it into my bedroom so I can talk to you guys about it.
Sometime later.
Alright, it's a couple days later. It's like noon. I gotta leave for work at 2. And we're gonna see how fast we can get this done. So there's all the shit I'm gonna attempt to install in 2 hours. Got my headlights, there's my fog lights underneath there. I got bezels for the fog lights because that car doesn't come with them. That's the bumper guard from LP Adventure. Those are the aux beam driving lights. And this is my filthy ass WRX. And I think these lights are gonna look fantastic on this car, because like, yeah. It's not a bad headlight, it's just, it's old, it's yellowed. I kinda wanna freshen it up as I'm doing all this other shit. Maybe I should wash this car sometime. All this shit has held up for several thousand miles, and I am honestly quite surprised. But anyway, first thing I'm gonna do is the headlights, then I'm gonna install the fog stuff, and then I'm gonna get the lower push bar on and go from there. So first step really is I gotta take the bumper off of this car. This out of here. We'll need that later. This is 3 more 10 mils, and you'll be able to take off this lower bracket right here, and there's 2 bolts up here, and then the headlight should, in theory, come out. I say should because shit doesn't always go the way I want it to. Alright, factory headlight with whatever LED bulbs this guy decided to use. Get this the hell out of here. What's up? It's currently editing the video that you're watching right now. See? And I realized that I had wiped my GoPro's SD card before I had actually transferred the files to my computer. So, whoops. I had recorded installing the fog lights. I had more kind of close-ups of what I was doing as far as installing the wire harnesses, the wiring inside of the car that needs to be done, the relay, the button, the interior panel. Routing the wiring for the aux beam lights, and putting the bumper on, putting the bezel, all that shit. I just happen to be a terrible YouTuber. So, you get what you get, I guess. Like I've said before, install videos are not really my thing. I am not a guy with $30,000 in tools and a shop and a production crew. I am just a moron in my driveway, putting gigantic lights on my Subaru, because I wish to battle all of the Dodge Rams in existence. It is what it is. Back to the tomfoolery, I guess. So, brackets obtained. I'm at the good old Harbor Freight with the Cowboy Kaiju. So, apparently those are called muffler men, and I guess there's like several dozen of them around the country. I remember seeing another one in like one of the Carolinas, I think. But anyway, that's been here forever, since I was a child. Because a store called Surplus Unlimited, which is now down there, used to be where this Harbor Freight is. I'm just glad that they left the Cowboy Kaiju. But anyway, brackets obtained. I'm gonna get some rubber grommets on here, because I'm gonna put rubber grommets between this and the bumper itself. I gotta paint these guys up, and then I will be almost ready to slap the lights on. Now all that's left to do is to paint them in my super climate controlled, humidity controlled paint booth. First things first, I need to set up a spot to paint these.
Bruh.
Mint. I like it. Picasso. Also, we have something else for this car for a later date, and really excited about this. Alright, they're still a tiny bit tacky, but good enough. Eventually, I'm gonna powder coat those, but eventually it's not today. So, we're gonna stick it on the car. Hell yeah. Dude, this looks so good. Let's pop these covers off. I might leave the covers on for a little bit.
Sometime later.
It would be genuinely unsafe of me to not go out and test these lights that I have. I can't wait to melt the first person to not turn their high beams off. So I have just the DRLs running right now, and it gives me a nice little indicator that they're on, even though like I can almost kind of tell. The fogs and the low beams already are bright as shit, but yeah, I want to go somewhere with not a lot of light pollution, because I want to just be absolutely floored by these things. Okay, so this DEP trail honestly looks like a pretty decent spot to do this. So let me get a little bit farther away from people's houses, because some people actually live at the opening of this little trail road. And already, my low beams and these fogs, wild. Yeah, there's that same bumpy ass trail that I took to get to the campsite in a few videos ago. Alright, here's a pretty good straight. Alright, let's let these things rip. Holy shit! That is absurd. Am I gonna go out and stare at it? Yes, I am. I'm relying on the camera because I can't see shit right now. The way the side shooters just illuminate everything. If there's someone camping, I'm so sorry.
One eternity later.
What's up? Again, it's been a few days since I got all that shit together. This video takes place over the course of like a fucking week. I did have an outro planned, but screw it, because today we're going to Wicked Big Meet, which apparently is the largest gathering of Subarus in North America. At least according to Steph, who is downstairs somewhere. Anyway, it's early as hell, and I gotta finish getting ready. I also need to get another guitar stand. Alright, see you in a bit. I feel like one of the reasons I like having this car lifted is it gives me excuses to just not wash it all the time. My Civic that you've seen is also a black car, and I washed that car borderline religiously, and it sucked. I really am stoked for how this thing is coming along. So I keep being super paranoid about blowing my car up, but then I commit to doing things that I might blow the car up doing. But I would love to do this one day with that Subaru. Back when I had my 05 Impreza, I wanted to do a Voltex kit so bad, but like it was also just a base NA Impreza. And I already did stupid shit to it, like putting the STI wing on it. I was that guy, but I love that kit so much.
Look at this foam here. This is all insulation.
What's up? So, it's the day after Wicked Big Meet. I am in the car getting ready to head to work now. I've went through like 4 different outros to this video because I've been kind of doing this video by the skin of my balls here, so we'll figure it out eventually, right? But yeah, that was my first time at a Wicked Big Meet event, and I'll be honest, I had a ton of fun. When I got there and I saw the mile-long line, I was like, dude, this sucks, I want to go home. Now, seeing the car that Colin McRae rolled in the X Games in like 2006 was wild. Because with this car, I've very much waffled back and forth about keeping this car for a very long time. The car blowing up a month into me owning it really is what set that off for me. And I'll put that video up here if you want to hear that whole ordeal. I already talked about that, but I've had so many sentimental moments just in this car. This car really does mean a lot to me at this point in time, and I'd very much like to keep it. I've traveled all over the place. I've put about 80,000 miles on this car in the roughly 2 years that I've owned it. It's been to every single state except for Maine on the east coast of the United States, and soon I will be going to Ohio with it. And tasting just the tip of West Virginia in my travels. So that's just more places that I've gone with this car. Like, I'm not kidding, dude. This car's got 170K on it. When I bought this car, it had like 94, 95K on it, I want to say. Yeah, no, this thing has been awesome to me, and I've done so much with it. And also, being able to, like, share these events with somebody that means so much to me is just awesome. This car, since I've got it, has been kind of growing alongside me in this whole journey of, like, both self-exploration and exploring just the country and doing more and breaking out of comfort zones. And yeah, no, it's been super cool. I definitely have the itch to put other things together that are currently haunting my dreams and creaking under my floorboards of my sanity. Things that, due to life, crippling ADHD, and the incessant instant gratification monkey that lives inside of my head, I haven't been able to work on or take care of. So I'm stoked to be able to take you guys along for that, because that's been a long time coming. But anyway, I have done a lot of babbling, and I gotta go to work. So I will talk to you guys soon, and hopefully this video comes out before I gotta go to Ohio in like less than 2 weeks. I'm completely unprepared for that. So I'll catch you guys sometime soon. Later.